This is, I mean, what words do you have to describe this one with? I mean, at this stage, you considering as Flash Wolves, you need to lock in Brom, because I feel like if you give that to FENNEL University, they get the Exodia in the first 3 picks. They can run anywhere, they can contest, they can gank top, they can roam as a 4-man, and they're going to laugh at you. Sure, you've got the Renekton, great, you got the Ziggs. The Ziggs can't 1v9, it does all that damage. It's what Ziggs is meant to do, but it can't win the game on its own.
Look, I think Flash Wolves as a team, they just have some very weird fascination with champions which don't quite work out. The Gragas support is another one of them. Even when they were winning games, even when they won the first series that they played here, the Gragas support was underwhelming to me. They lost the last game with it. I don't feel like it did anything, yet they pick it up once again here for Eason. There's no way that's going to boost, so it's very likely an Eason pick. And I just don't understand that. Why are you so fascinated with these champions when they don't work for you?
Omo, I feel like this is as a result of the compositions that they usually play. Because they like to play for Yasuo compositions, they go and build this kind of... it makes sense, right? Yeah, it builds like a tendencies. It builds tendencies for Flash Wolves, and so they end up playing compositions like this. I'm going to add in as well, you know, it's relatively low chances to make mistakes as Gragas support. Like, realistically, how badly could you flounder to make it a bad matchup for yourself, right? So honestly, I'm okay with this. I just don't think it's the best priority for Flash Wolves.
Well, Gragas support is going to struggle a little bit against this Lulu lane. They're going to get free scaling. I think the story yet again, same as last game. Flash Wolves, you are going to get massively outscaled. You've picked the team comp to try to tempo the game. Knowing Bruce, this is going to be a Lucian mid counter pick to Orianna. This is a very traditional counter pick. Every time you throw out the ball, I will dash on your face. And it's a decent idea, but Flash Wolves, yet again, the pressure is on them. They get heavily outscaled.
Yeah, it's such an interesting pickup. So Flash Wolves, going back to what we know from them, you know, playing for more for the macro, they have a lot of key ultimates that are better for kind of building space, disengaging, resetting for fights, which is what we saw from them in the first game. So they're going back to their roots, back to the same idea. But it felt like FENNEL University knew what to do in that second match.
Well, it is game number 3 time. It's a chance for one of these teams to pull ahead in this best of 5 and a step closer to getting themselves into the upper bracket grand final. Let's throw it back to our casting team. It's Infinity and Riku.
Thank you very much, Skimmy, Grandin, and Omo, as we are now moments away from game number 3 of this series. As Skimmy has stated, this is a very close match, and the stakes are going to be high for the upper bracket finals.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be very exciting just because of the picks that we're going to be having today, because Flash Wolves are pressured to hammer it home. Just as Omo mentioned, this scaling coming from FENNEL Adversity is going to be absolutely scary. So now the big mid game comes. How will Flash Wolves accelerate this game to make sure that they solidify early and then finish this off? Because FENNEL, they love their late game scaling. They love their Elder Drake win condition. We've seen that time and time again, even in the previous game.
Although this changes things up a bit. You have Lucian coming to the mid lane and locking down for Ziggs APC in the Dragon lane. So what are your thoughts on this with this switch coming in from Lucian and Ziggs? So what are your thoughts coming in from a Lucian and Ziggs switch up for Flash Wolves?
It's for Flash Wolves, it is, I guess they really want to pull in Bruce here on this AD carry role. We've seen him before in the LoL PC scene. He was an AD carry, I believe, back in Machi. So this is, you know, very familiar territory for him. Again, we talked about this before. This guy is that big power farmer. Is able to rack up gold no matter what, be at the top of the gold charts without kills. And that's exactly that will help alleviate a lot of that pressure coming from Flash Wolves. Wall level 1.
Oh, that was a flash burn though. So good trade coming from FENNEL Adversity as Flash Wolves is now on the edge for Isara top lane.
Yeah, Isara here on the Renekton, of course, level 3, incredibly strong, but pre-level 3 is going to be a little bit tough because Power can just keep dashing, poke with the vital points, and basically just harass, and Isara has no way to deal with this without the level 3. So now Power doing a really great job in that time frame and even baiting out that flash. So Isara is going to be very vulnerable. I imagine Doming is going to create moves around the, that portion of the map.
And you see it happen. It's like Cookie and Doming is on the top side of the map, but considering they're fighting up against a Renekton and Riven has his first dibs onto the Scutter top side, Doming is just gonna go back away to try and get the bottom side risk cutter, as everyone is now staying there, waiting for that opportunity to arise. As now it's gonna be the body stab coming in from Eason. Cookie, too much damage.
Raffi.
Doming, like a Raffi into the backside, goes for the flank in. Danny just flanks in, goes for the kite. Little bit of a damage out, but the locking comes through. That's gonna be double man body stab. First blood coming from Flash Wolves. Raffi will follow through with a double kill for Flash Wolves once again, and Cookie is now scaling.
That was a crazy flash body slam by Eason there, just punishing FENNEL Adversity with their attempt to disengage. Again, this is pre-level 5s. They really don't have any game-changing ults yet in team fights, especially the disengage that Lulu will provide. So Flash Wolves, again, early to mid, this is their time to shine. For FENNEL, if they can hold this one out, they will be able to get through that scaling, but Flash Wolves already off to a good start.
Definitely. I mean, 2-0 already gives you 1k gold lead. You still have that opportunity for attack first blood. So overall, I think even if Isera lost his flash on top side, they got trade back easy. They got the double kill, and so far their foundation is set. But Riku, what we're seeing at 4-minute marks is the Infernal Dragon. What do you think about that?
I feel like Flash Wolves, because they're ready to fight as a 4-man, it is going to be Flash Wolves contesting that Infernal Drake. For FENNEL Adversity, the timing would be for them if they can manage to take a pick before anything happens. Of course, for Flash Wolves, that will be denied with proper vision and positioning before having the full commit on towards that Infernal Drake.
Well, we'll see. It's 30 seconds on the clock before these two objectives comes up, and Flash Wolves is opting to try and push down bottom lane. Very aggressive so far, as I think they really want to put down FENNEL Adversity before taking down the Dragon. Explosive cast follows through. That's going to be the CC chain with a body stamp. Hextech Minefields going through. Raffi's still going to be alive, but while Growth Illusions comes up, it's going to be the calling. Double kill once again for Flash Wolves.
Beautiful tower dive. Beautiful tower aggro management by Flash Wolves over there. No one was basically in danger from getting punished over the tower dive. So Raffi with the wild growth on to himself just to make sure he survives as much as he can. But now, top side.
Yeah. They're disengaging. Isara just dashes away. Slice and dies easy. Now FENNEL Adversity is starting on to the Rift Herald. Infernal Dragon not being started as of yet, but looking at Lucian's pathway, I think Flash Wolves might prioritize onto the Infernal Dragon while FENNEL Adversity is hovering mid lane and top lane.
This is a completely different story. I mean, it is due to the fact that it is an Infernal Drake, one of the most prioritized first dragons in the game. But you know, Flash Wolves also plays around topside. They want to get that Rift Herald. They want to unlock Isera as much as possible for that 4-1. But it's different now. They want that added damage boost. Of course, this will help them even more. Also deny FENNEL Adversity from getting that as well. But we'll see. Because FENNEL right now, of course, Danny's still waiting to scale. Shaw still needing that Rabadons for the crazy shockwaves. So now that FENNEL started this, there's still no killer instinct at this point.
Yeah, it's actually prioritizing onto the Rift Herald. Look at that. This is going to be the 4v5 Rift Herald. Going to be secured by Flash Wolves. Again, Infernal Bomb with Explosive Cast. Huge damage for FENNEL Adversity. As now Dame is going to get that Infernal Dragon with the Wild Growth Clutch. Dame is going to fall down, but that will be worth it at the end of the day. FENNEL Adversity is not going to be over. Flash Wolves is stating their dominance, getting that double kill in that fight. That is a 2-kill for a Dragon.
Now that is still huge for Flash Wolves. They're able to open up the mid lane and as well as get that Infernal Drake. Or not rather, FENNEL Adversity was able to secure that, but the kills towards Bruce, that is something that you do not want. 301 already for their Lucian, and it's going to be very, very scary when it comes to these fights. The biggest question is, how will Flash Wolves be able to accelerate this game now that the cards are intact? This is the prime opportunity to hunt for kills, get towers, maybe even form dives as we see Isan moving towards topside. And for FENNEL, how can they slow this out?
It's a difficult question. And to answer on the Flash Wolves opportunity is just play ganks. Because if you're looking at a gold lead, I think they have like 6k right now. That's too big. But before then, let's look at the replay on how FENNEL Adversity took that Infernal Dragon.
That was a very beautiful cast there coming from Isan. He has been playing out of his mind here as a Gragas, so FENNEL Adversity has to watch out for his setups. The casks, the flash body slam. He has his head in the game.
Yeah. I mean, where else? He's putting his head.
It's true. That is a
Aside
good
from the game?
question.
Right. Where is it?
In the game, Infinity.
In the game, yes, in the game. But yeah, I suppose every single one of them has their heads in the game so far.
All
But
10 players, yes.
yeah, we're gonna get current game right now. Flash Rules 6-kill lead up against FENNEL. They haven't gotten any. 6k gold lead is just too much, and FENNEL University needs to do something to alleviate such of a pressure against Flash Rules, because so far they can't even defend this top lane pressure coming from Bruce.
Yeah, they have wild growth here, and they don't really have as much wave clear as they needed. I mean, Danny still has to come up close and personal for the Icadian Reign, so it is very risky if you're up against, Eason there, who's just ready to set up for Flash Wolves. So, FENNEL, they sadly have to watch these towers go down. They need Shaw. They need Shaw for the wave clear, but he's busy because mid lane is already open.
Yeah, all they can do is sightseeing in this game so far, while Flash Wolves is dominating, getting 3/3 already, and the map control is definitely in their favor. So I think in 10 minutes, with the Baron Nashor alive, I think more or less they need to take it, because if they don't, this will exponentially increase Flash Wolves' potential and really just dominate the game.
Yeah, this is looking to be, if Flash Wolves is able to hammer down their lead even more, and it is going to be very difficult for FENNEL Adversity to get back into the game. But the thing is, FENNEL, very great at playing from behind. So Flash right now, most likely looking to see if they can get locking first with his second item, and then charge in, be confident. Because so far, FENNEL is doing a great job, slowing down the aggression that Flash Wolves has. I mean, they're not really exactly pressured to fight, because again, they're waiting for their scaling. And Flash Wolves so far, though, will get all the dragons in the game. While FENNEL, we'll see if they have space to get a pick, maybe form that opportunity, and see if they can get, shut down gold against Bruce, shut down from Cookie, perhaps.
Yeah, they have to. Because so far, Cookie and Bruce, 3-0-0 and 3-0-1. So you're expecting a lot of gold bounties. They can get the kill down. I think, as you stated a while ago, they can try to alleviate some of the gold disadvantage that they are currently experiencing. But you have to take note, though, Danny still hasn't had his third skill leveled up. So I think that's going to be very devastating, as now Power is going to get pinned down. Flash is now going to be forced away. Bruce now dashing in. Huge damage, but not going to go all in here. Flash Wolves going back to go to the Dragon.
The Grand Challenge not going to be available for this fight, so that's one important ult gun in this particular 5v5. So FENNEL, again, they're not exactly pressured to fight, so they can just back away, give this up. I immediately thought,
Ooh,
Power?
Look at Bruce. Look at Power going for the 1v1, but Eason comes into the fray. Huge damage potential. Bruce gets the kill once again.
Power, it was possible if it was a 1v1 scenario, but it wasn't. Eason was just lurking around. The rest of FENNEL was far away from the fight as well. Imagine if the wild growth was available, then that would have been, Bruce down? And as well as getting that bounty, but Solari, Essence Reaver, the crits are going to slowly build. And we'll see Infinity Edge is going to be possibly the next item, so he is just going to hurt a lot, especially after he picks that up.
75% crit rate, in addition to 25% stack coming in for Solari Charge Blade. That's going to be 100% crit rate each and every time he puts up his skill and attack his enemy team. And FENNEL University needs to respect that, because so far, there is no contest to it. There's no Renduin's Omen to decrease the amount of crit that can be provided by Flash Wolves. And they're now on a standstill. FENNEL University just needs to wait for an opportunity to get the kill, to get an ace, potentially go to the Baron Nashor to bring this to an upside downhill up against Flash Wolves.
That is going to be absolutely scary. I mean, Doming is the one definitely going to get shredded once he just goes in a fight.
Oh, explosive cast with a body slam coming into Shaw. He's still going to stay alive, though. With the wild growth, the flash, the barrier, pretty much everything that FENNEL University can do, they did to just save Shaw's life.
Really nicely done. They're going in.
The 1v1. Doming forces out the ult to go in for more tanky capabilities. Cookie jumps in. That's going to be a lot of damage, but let's look here into the bot lane. It's a 1v1 on two Renekton and the Fiora. Power is going to be so low. Shockwave will save his life, though. It's Sarah with the Dominus. Still going to be alive, trying to dash in. That's going to flash away. He's still going to be alive. No kills will be done.
Yeah, that flash, the movement speed, very, very annoying with the Air Drake in hand as well. Very hard to catch without the Shockwave, without CC to hold Renekton down. And this is going to be a huge problem. Bot lane is now open. We get to see Isera. Well, he picked up a teleport enchant earlier, and now it is the Zonia's Hourglass to, survive as much as he can in the upcoming fight. We'll see though, because FENNEL, it's just not looking pretty for this game number 3. Flash Wolves are looking into getting more of the objectives, getting more of these towers, especially Infinity Edge and Rabadon's intact. This is the time where Flash Wolves will just fight, no fear. They're going in every single time.
Yeah, fight. It's like a cheering squad, right? Fight. Flash Wolves, go.
I see where your allegiance lies, Infinity.
Well, depends.
Depends who's winning.
Depends. Right. So far, what we're seeing right now is Flash Wolves' dominance. They're showing up big time, and now Doming forces out the Flash. So a good trade once again coming from Flash Wolves.
That is definitely not what you want in the upcoming Baron fight. A Flashless Doming on the Xin Zhao is going to be sad. The moment you charge in, that's possibly the end of your life.
And FENNEL University has the information that Flash Wolves is starting onto the Baron Nashor with a voice
Shockwave?
but God Shockwave getting that double man, and Flash Wolves will be forced to retreat, because if they stay there, that's going to be a lot of potential for FENNEL University to make it back.
Exactly. They've managed to buy some time here with that killer Shockwave. Remember, this is Sean and Orianna. Definitely one of the best Orianna players in the tournament, so this is the time. Unfortunately, not the time to have a Shockwave, actually, because Flash Wolves may use that as a window of opportunity to be aggressive.
Yeah, around 20 seconds remaining.
Well,
FENNEL University jumps in. Flash Wolves actually going in as well. But FENNEL University is holding on. They're still saying it's the Ocean Dragon at 2.5k HP remaining, but reset is going to happen. That's going to be the jungle dead. Baron laner dead for these two teams as well. A 2-for-1, but the Mega Inferno Bomb gets a double kill. That's going to be Doming. That's going to be Danny away, down 6 feet under, and Flash Wolves makes it back.
We talked about this before. No fear. You've got your crazy item spikes, and they're going to be extra painful. The Mega Inferno Bomb was just so primed and ready to finish off low health targets. And the fact that everyone else from FENNEL are practically squishy, and there's only one Wild Growth to give it to, and that also expires, and they get another tower down.
A lot of objectives coming up. Baron Nashor is still going to be alive, so I think there is still a lot of potential for any of these two teams, but considering the gold difference into this game, it's already 10k gold. The only thing that FENNEL University is going towards is to utilize Infernal Drake in the late game. What I mean by that is 20-minute mark where everyone is scaled and even level playing field when it comes to the items, in the Elder Dragon in the Baron Nashor. If they can take any of those two objectives, there's an opening. But the question is if they could.
That's going to be a tall order for sure. Just because of how far ahead Flash Wolves is. 2 dragons in the bag, and as well as the gold lead 10,000. FENNEL Adversity has to find a target and immediately shred them down. And I feel like at this point of the game, 15-minute mark, all the pressure will fall onto Shaw. How will he maximize and set up the shockwaves to see if he can target down the squishy targets like Locking and Bruce to immediately send them into low HP, and that's the time where FENNEL Adversity will be confident in entering these fights.
Well, we'll see. Adversity now actually traveling down into the Baron Nashor. They have their sights with Mega Inferno Bomb. Huge damage to start this off. Flash Wolves, no. We'll back away from the Baron Nashor. Good call, because if they lose this, FENNEL Adversities open up to go for a comeback. So Flash Wolves will respect that opportunity away, and no kills will be done, no objectives will be followed.
It's still very risky. Flash Wolves still has massive respect to the late game that FENNEL Adversity has. That is the reason why they're backing away. The thing is, Flash Wolves could potentially out-sustain FENNEL in a fight just because of how many Zonia's Hourglass do you have? That's 4. And as well as a Guardian Angel from Isera, so FENNEL Adversity will have to invest so much just to kill a single target, especially a Sarah.
Right, and they need really to go for chain CC alongside with burst damage potential, because as you called out, it's 4/6 enchant. The only one that doesn't have is Gragas, but Gragas picked up the Gargoyle enchant alongside with Deadman's Plate and Fimble Winter. That puts him in a very good position to tank for his team. He doesn't need it because he's tanking for itself. It's like the Zonia's Hourglass built into himself already. Look at that armor plates, right? It's gonna stay alive.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, especially against Danny, who's going to be absolutely scary in the later stages of the game. But now this is the part where FENNEL, this could be a do or die situation. Can they steal? Can they set up a shockwave? Shaw?
Voidseeker will get the info. Once again, Flash Wolf's gonna go back away, but Power goes in for the TP into the flank. Riposte successfully goes in for the back stun.
Shockwave?
Mega internal bomb, a lot of damage coming through. That's gonna be Shockwave coming up. FENNEL Versi is still gonna be alive. Flash Wolf jumps in. That's gonna be Stacy's engine for Cookie. But look at the double body stab, but FENNEL Versi took it back, and Eason will die. That will be the support for the Baron laner. It was a 1-for-1.
I swear, Eason's Gragas game in this game number 3 is absolutely crazy. His setups for the squad is just on point every single time. And let's take a look at that again. This roaming death squad, you know, Power was serving as that big bait. Look at Shaw there with a massive 3-man shockwave, but the damage still isn't exactly there because it is just 2 items. But at the same time, it's basically half HP of the rest of the members. Again, Gragas, Eason had a beautiful setup, but the low health targets, they don't want to give kills or potential kills towards Danny.
Yeah, I think that was an even trade, and pretty much everyone in this game. One mistake can change everything. And so far, both these teams understands this. Right? You talked about a while ago onto the damage of locking. Not going to be that great because you have a lot of sustainability coming in from FENNEL Adversity that keeps on negating such damage coming through for Flash Wolves. And I think Rafi is just the central of it. But now Flash Wolves, though, starting onto the Elder Dragon in FENNEL Adversity, needs to contest it.
Now they really do. It's already half HP. That means send Doming in and then put the Wild Growth on him. We'll see if that's the game plan.
Flash Wolves disengaging once again. You don't want to go all in here, but 5k remaining for the Elder Dragon. FENNEL Adversity continues this up, not going for reset. 2.7k. That's going to be the shockwave. It's FENNEL Adversity that has gotten the Elder Mountain Dragon, and now they're pursuing it. That won't be the 2-4-0. Doming is still on the edge of his seat. He wants to go back away, but FENNEL Adversity, take note. They have stolen away the Elder Dragon.
That is still 40 seconds, though, without the carries, without the wave clear. Flash Wolves can take a tower, maybe even an inhibitor. But look at this. The chase still continues.
It's a hide and seek. Doming is hiding. Bruce is chasing.
Teleport.
Who will get the better edge? As TP's now coming up for Cookie. That's good with recall from Doming. But Bruce has his game sense. Not going to be able to do so.
They have a Ziggs.
Now, Doming's coming through. That's going to be reposed. GA going to be popped. Sarah gonna be alive pretty soon. That's gonna be dash away. Too much damage coming from FENNEL Adversity. They have to back off.
Oh my word. FENNEL Adversity. They were able to steal this Elder Drake, and we talked about this in the entire series, right? It is the Elder Drake win condition. But the biggest difference is, FENNEL Adversity, having that one dragon on the board, but still, it is massive. We talked about the true damage before, and it's gonna be insanely helpful sort of catching up into this game in particular, because Flash Wolves still have the lead, but now it's unclear if Flash Wolves is still going to be able to win this game, because we talked about the late game, and it's coming. It's here.
Yeah, it's 120p, unclear. Or maybe 7, maybe not 7, maybe 360.
4K?
Because Flash Wolves...
4K
not 4K. That's too clear. That's too clear.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe 360. Maybe 360p, because still, Flash Wolves has that 10k gold lead. We cannot belittle this amount of gold, especially considering that FENNEL Adversity, when you're looking at Doming, 3 core items only, Lulu only having 2. Only the key champion of Dani has everything in mind. So I think when Dani is alive in those team fights, they could definitely take this down, make it to a 4k clear win for them. But if they can't, that's going to be bye-bye. But look at Power. Going to get eviscerated by Flash Wolves.
Exactly. That is bye-bye to Power. 50 seconds, that is a lot. Especially when mid lane is open and there are super minions. just crashing down. Look at Flash Wolves, they're still patient. They don't want to start the Baron just yet, but this could be the prime opportunity. We'll see if Power picks up a teleport to see if they can contest this one.
They're starting it. Doming has Flash, Doming has Smite. Who is going to be able to take down the Baron Nashor? That's the question right now, as Doming's preparing for it. Flash Wolves is continuing through there, are going to get a Baron Nashor, but FENNEL Adversity now pursuing this one. GA now going to be popped here. Because Doming gonna retreat. That's gonna be Danny falling down, and FENNEL Adversity is now on their edge. They lost 3 members out of that, and Flash Wolves can continue to push mid lane with a Baron Nashor.
They could even end with 5 members still intact. Look at that teleport as well. FENNEL only has Shaw. There's not even Shockwave. There's no ults available. This could be game.
Yeah, it's 10 ADP clear. Flash Wolves now diving into the base. They have the calling, zoning away the enemy team. Doming is low on HP. That's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Mega Inferno Bomb clear out of wave. FENNEL versus Shaw's the only one alive as Flash Wolves takes the 3rd game of the series.
Nicely done.